Good morning, good morning. We're here today at another spectacular venue that will host some of our athletes for the 2020 Transplant Games, Galloping Hill Golf Course. We're going to get to talk to TJ Wagner, the general manager here. He's going to tell us about the history of the golf course and how excited they are to host you at the 2020 Games. So this is the guy we want to talk to, TJ Wagner, the GM here at Galloping Hill Golf Course. TJ, thanks for having us. We appreciate it, my man. What an amazing golf course you have here. It's exactly where you want to be in the morning. You know what I mean? Tell me about your day. Like you come in here in the morning, you get an opportunity to be part of this.
Yeah, so I get to walk in every day and come to 270 acres, just pristine beauty here in the middle of Union County, New Jersey. It's fantastic.
I understand there's a rich history behind this golf course.
Yeah, so the golf course was opened in 1929. It's been redesigned multiple times, most recently by Rees Jones, the U.S. Open doctor. So it's great to bring somebody back. He's actually based right out of here in New Jersey.
Tell me about the high-end tournaments that you had the opportunity to host.
In 2016, we were able to host the New Jersey State Open, which was the first time a municipal golf course in the state was able to host that golf tournament, which hosted the best amateurs and professionals in the state.
And they're obviously very in tune with what they do. They need to know about the golf course like our golfers are going to want to know. Can you give us a little bit of an idea of what they have, what they're coming to, what to expect?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, they don't call it Galloping Hill for nothing. So you can look around and you see the beautiful terrain here. It's a very hilly golf course. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great views. It's a very difficult golf course. The last hole is a beautiful par 5. It's risk reward. And it's just really fun to see this beautiful golf course in the clubhouse that was recently built.
So our athletes will be joining us, and they're all part of the transplant community.
Mm-hmm.
How excited are you and your staff here to host this community, coming the thousands of people that will be joining us here in New Jersey?
It's going to be amazing. It's truly an amazing event. We're happy to have it. We're happy to play host for some of the local qualifiers as well. It's just really, it's something near and dear to our hearts here. So it's a great event for us.
Is there a tie between Galloping Hill at all and the transplant community, or is this going to be the first opportunity for that?
So our director of sales and marketing actually had a transplant himself and was a transplant recipient. So it's going to be something that's a little near and dear to our hearts here.
And we've had so many different partners that have had that opportunity to bring in what was within their own family to join it within the transplant community. And we're so grateful that you and your staff and Galloping Hill Golf Course has taken the opportunity to welcome our athletes. And if you have any questions when you come here next year, make sure to come and see this guy, TJ. Just ask for TJ. He'll guide you exactly where you want to go. Thanks, TJ. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
The Transplant Games competitions will take place in a number of venues across the Meadowlands area. The Meadowlands Exposition Center, no different. They'll be hosting a number of teams, and joining us now to talk about that, we have the General Manager, Frank Dominici, and Executive Director, Robin Cuneo. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So let me ask you guys, it's such a big venue, so many teams coming in to visit. There must be a huge undertaking when it comes to laying down courts and turnover and staff on hand to make all this happen?
Yeah, we'll be working with our local 59 stagehands to turn the courts over, retape them from the different games that are going to be taking place. We'll probably be doing a couple 24-hour shifts.
Robin, what would you be what would you oversee when it comes to not just the venue but the game specifically?
Well, we oversee the entire facility, all the personnel, all the third-party vendors, food and beverage, the workforce, all the administrative labor, everything that it takes to put on a very successful event.
So I know that this is an exposition center, so you're used to having massive crowds come in on the regular. What was it like when you found out that the Transplant Games were going to be the ones coming in next year?
Well, we're extremely honored to have such a prestigious event in our facility, and we're really looking forward to it because the message is outstanding when it comes to saving lives, and we're really excited about having the recipients as well as all the donors here.
Frank, let me ask you, you and your team, when you found out that the Transplant Games were going to be here in town and that you won the bid for them, hosting such an event, did it resonate with you in a different type of way than other events that come through here?
Yeah, we take pride in all the events that come here, but this one took a little extra due to the fact of what it meant, the athletes that will come into town, and we're excited. We're really excited. We're looking forward to it, and we're just counting down the days.
We know on behalf of all of us at the Transplant Games, we're so happy that you all jumped on board and right at the beginning to support not just the cause, but the events itself, that the athletes will be coming in with their families, and so many of them come and make this a family trip, a family vacation, and they take in all the sights and sounds, and this is definitely no different. The Exposition Center has done a wonderful thing so far for the games. So, one quick note, when the athletes come in here, they're going to see basketball courts, they're going to see gymnastics, they're going to see all kinds of different things in the venue.
Depending on which games are going to be taking place, we're going to have guys retaping the courts with stands and seating for their families to watch them play. So we're excited about all the work that's going to be put in to make it happen, and we're looking forward to it.
Well, there's a lot to see and there's a lot to do, and this is definitely one of the places you're going to want to visit, the Meadowlands Exposition Center. Thank you both very, very much for all your efforts that you're doing towards the games. We're so grateful for you, and we look forward to seeing you right here next year. So track and field, one of the largest competitions here at the Transplant Games, and joining us here at Riggin Field, where all track competition will take place, Councilman George Kronk and Rec Track Director Carl Staple. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Councilman, tell us, there's a lot going on, a new facility, and you, I hear, are the biggest cheerleader for this entire competition.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the Transplant Games for allowing us to host track and field. We are really, as a town, excited and honored to have this opportunity to show not only New Jersey, but the world, what a great town East Rutherford is. So we unfortunately couldn't have it this year, and we were already preparing ourselves, but we're really looking forward to it. And as you can see, we have a tremendous new facility that was just completely redone last fall, so we're ready to show the world.
Carl, tell us about the facility that we're at now and what has been renovated for the athletes for next year.
So we've had the track was resurfaced. We have an 8-lane track, which is quite large for multiple athletes. We have an all-new AstroTurf field. Our football field, baseball fields have also been fully renovated. So we have a beautiful new facility to participate in.
The kids don't know what they have, let me tell you. We never ran on this kind of stuff.
Not at all.
But it's a beautiful facility, one that will welcome thousands of athletes. And I know, Councilman, that you're so proud to not only represent your city, but what your city has to offer, like the downtown core and the pastry shops that we like to visit and the food that goes around.
Well, East Rutherford has a very diverse population here, and we've got a lot of different types of restaurants. But this year, when we started preparing for it, we've got the Civic Pride and recreation departments involved. We put out a Facebook, we have a homepage in town for Facebook. We put out that the Transplant Games were coming, and the response was overwhelming. So we've got a lot of enthusiasm here. We've already been doing some brainstorming. The police department wants to get involved with an honor guard. We have an honor guard here. The fire department are going to do something special here. We're going to partnership with our town restaurants and eateries and try to get to see if we can offer discounts and have people stay in East Rutherford and everything. So that's one of the big things we really want to show, that as a small town, we've got a lot to offer.
Also quite unique is the downtown core that's right around the corner from here.
Within walking distance.
That people could really take advantage of.
Exactly. We have some really great restaurants that do very well in town and are very popular, and we just can't wait to share them with everybody that comes in.
We're so grateful that you have supported the cause and the games coming to town, and we just hope that next year you'll jump on board with us to welcome everyone, which I'm sure you will. And Carl, there'll be so many athletes joining you here at your track, and what a track it is. I mean, athletes, you're in for a treat. These definitely will be the best games yet. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and we look forward to celebrating with all the athletes and their families next year.
Thank you, and it won't come soon enough for us. We're that excited. So thank you for the Transplant Games and for you coming down to see our beautiful field.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
Swimming, one of the largest competitions of the Transplant Games. And joining us now from the Berkeley Aquatic Club is the director of the facility, Peter Barry. How are you, Peter?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us and hosting us today so we can take a look at this amazing facility you have.
We're honored to have you here and be a part of the Transplant Games for 2021.
Thank you so much. So the facility itself, quite unique, has a rich history as well.
It has. It took 17 years in the making, a vision of Jim Wood, our founder, who started looking for property and was welcomed by the community of New Providence to fulfill his dream of an indoor 50-meter training facility. It's attached to a 60,000 square foot office building, but it allowed us the opportunity to have 4 pools. We provide aquatherapy as well as competitions throughout the year and a swim school.
So I understand, on top of that rich history, there's a connection between your staff, Jim, and the transplant games.
There is. One day, a couple of years ago, Sharing Network came to our door and said, wow, would you guys be interested in hosting the transplant games? And Jim and I and Tristan all said, what are the transplant games? And she explained it, and of course we're all sitting here choking up, tearing up, going, we'll do whatever we can to be a part of this. And Jim is no longer with us, but our staff and our facility is prepared to carry on with his wishes to make this a special event for all.
That's wonderful. And I understand this is one of the only ones that
It's
can
the
host?
only privately owned indoor 50-meter pool in the state of New Jersey.
So essentially the only one that can host these
Essentially the
games.
one, and we're so excited to have the competitors here, where they have space to compete, they have space to gather throughout our facility, throughout the pool deck, and we're just make a special event for everybody. You name it that's water related, we host it here. We have Boy Scouts that come and do cardboard boat races even.
Cardboard boat races.
Cardboard
I've got
boat
to see
races.
that. I've got to see that. So, outside of the facility, what does it mean to your staff to know that they're going to host one of the largest competitions of the games and the games itself?
They couldn't be more excited. We're a values-based organization, but small but, a huge but, mainly run by volunteers. And when we told our volunteers about this event, they were, and still are, all on board. Whatever year we're going to have it, they want to be a part of it, and in a big way. And that goes for the mayor in town, and all the rest of the members of the community are so excited to be able to offer this to the games.
So we know you host a lot of competitions here. We had to transition from 2020 to 2021. What type of undertaking did that take? How much work went into actually making it happen in 2021 as well?
No work. It's all a pleasure, and whether it's 2020, 2021, has no effect on us in terms of work.
So if someone wanted to, for example, go swimming, can anybody show up here and go swimming?
We are open to the public, and as we're transitioning, we're awaiting the governor's response for our reopening with reservation swimming. So if people were so inclined to wanted to come and swim, check out our website and see how we're going to move forward in the future.
Website. Check it out. Peter, thank you for taking the time to talk to us and show off the facility. And we definitely look forward to hosting all of you here at one of the largest competitions of the game. It's right there, Berkeley Aquatic Club. Can't wait to see you here. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.